Did you know that you can make 20,000 different outfit combinations with a 40-piece capsule wardrobe? I feel like over the past few months, I've been getting myself in a cycle of shopping more and more and more, constantly seeing the gaps in my wardrobe and trying to buy to fill them. I haven't been 100% satisfied with my outfits. I feel like I'm constantly just wearing a top and jeans, even though I have a wardrobe full of clothes. I have literally multiple hundreds of pieces of clothes, which it's kind of embarrassing to say. And so for January, I'm going to do an experiment where I narrow down my wardrobe to 40 pieces and live with a capsule wardrobe for 30 days. This is going to be an exercise in finding the pieces which actually work for me on a day-to-day basis, the pieces that I want to wear just through the process of trying to narrow down. I'm also hoping that this will help me get better at styling my clothes to create beautiful outfits which reflect the kind of effort that I feel I want to exude. My name is Ellie-Jean. I help women identify and enhance their unique beauty types to become the most radiant version of themselves. I am also the author of this book, How to Dress Your Best. Discover your style and create a wardrobe which actually works, and there will be a link to this in the description. So what is a capsule wardrobe and what is the role of a capsule wardrobe today? The concept of the capsule wardrobe peaked in the 2010s. It kind of followed the rise of minimalism that we saw during this era. You know, in homes, it was very much grey walls, grey sofa, grey floor. Everything was kind of like shades of grey and beige. And the capsule wardrobe was a fun way to do that. An idea that everything in your wardrobe could be cohesive, come together, and you could take out any pieces and create an outfit which works. Some really great capsule wardrobe creators. One is the Anna Edit. I watch her all the time. She's one of my favorite creators, and she was one of those people that I really associate with this trend in the 2010s. Lucy Moon also has done a great capsule wardrobe video, and I know there are various others as well, but those are two which really mark it for me. Your typical capsule wardrobe is neutral, it's timeless, it's classic, it's Parisian. In terms of style roots, it usually is rooted in mushroom. But I'm going to show you how that doesn't have to be the case, because obviously this is not a minimalist YouTube channel. This is talking about different beauty types, style systems such as color season essences, style roots, body matrix, and I think that you can incorporate all of these elements into a capsule wardrobe. It's just going to be a little bit more tricky because it's going to be personalized to you. There are going to be rules to my capsule wardrobe. It's going to be approximately 40 pieces, including bags and shoes, but I can have as many accessories as I like. As I say, one of my goals with this is to be able to style better, so I want to get used to thinking about the accessories, the jewelry, the belts, the scarves as a way to enhance my outfits, and so those are going to be my main statement pieces. So I actually can use as many of them as I like, and I'm not incorporating them into the capsule. I'm going to be doing a temporary one for 30 days with the aim of reducing the rest of my wardrobe down. Whether that's putting really special things into storage or selling. I want to sell a lot of my wardrobe. I have a lot of things on the top shelf of my wardrobe which I have no intention of touching ever again, and I want to make my decisions with those pieces. I mean, truly, how many clothes can be actually sentimental? I'm such a sentimental person. I talk about this a lot. I really struggle with getting rid of clothes and always have done. But how many of those pieces can actually be truly sentimental? Like, life passes, you move into a new phase of life, you can remember them. Doesn't mean you have to keep them if they don't serve you in the next phase. And that's something I really need to remember. During this time, I can't buy any new clothes, bags, or shoes. But I can buy new accessories because, as I say, this is, in a way, an experiment into accessorizing. So if I'm like, God, I just wish I had a different pair of silver hoops, or I wish that I had a necklace that was more of a dull silver, I'm allowed to get that. But I'm going to try and not do like impulsive spending. They're going to be things where I really see the gap. I'm just going to be focusing on those elements more. The only exception to this is going to be this weekend, where I'm going to Leeds and I'm going to be dressed as the dragon from Shrek. I can't do that with my capsule wardrobe, and I've bought all the pieces for that, so that is the exception. So how do you create a capsule wardrobe for your beauty types? And essentially, how are we personalizing this capsule wardrobe? So we're moving away from the classic 2010s capsule, which is very Parisian, and making it more you. So the first question that I think is a part of this is, how do you choose which pieces to include? Lots of capsule wardrobe lists, for example, when I was doing my research for this, include things which I just don't have any interest in, such as button downs. I wear a button down twice a year, maybe, because I hate the structure of them. They feel bulky. I have like one button down that I actually genuinely enjoy wearing and the rest I don't. And I'm more likely to wear them in the summer. So this for me is also a winter capsule because obviously it's January right now. Yeah, the general capsule wardrobe list is like t-shirts, jumpers, shirts, one cardigan, like 5 pairs of jeans I've seen in some, trench coat, some kind of formal trouser, warm coat, skirt, a dress, 1 pair of flats, 1 pair of heels, a day bag and an evening bag, for example. This might not work for you if, again, you don't have mushroom in your style routes. Also, I feel like most capsule wardrobes are like mushroom mountain stone. So let's say you were more feminine and you really like, you know, skirts, dresses, patterns. This is going to feel really limiting because there aren't enough skirts and dresses for your rotation of clothes. So these are some exercises you can do to work out which pieces you want in your wardrobe. But through my experiments, this is something you should bear in mind. Rather than like you need a trench coat, you need a patterned shirt, I think you need about, if you're going to do a 40 piece like me, I think you need about 8 to 10 tops, 8 to 10 bottoms, and most importantly with that aspect, I think you need roughly even tops and bottoms for your capsule wardrobe to feel lively and versatile. About 6 pieces of outerwear, 7 pieces of footwear, again, because I feel like the accessories are what add life to a look, 5 bags, and that's it. And that I think is like quite a good principle. Everything's quite evenly spaced, and that means you get the greatest range of outfits. So think about your style routes. Have a look through my style routes Pinterest boards, which I will leave in the description below. Have a look through the one which is your style routes and see which pieces come up the most. For example, I'm currently working with mountain, sun and flower style routes. I think these are the closest to my roots. So sun is quite a hard one to bring into a capsule wardrobe. But anyway, I want you to look at your board and find things which come up again and again. So are they wearing a colourful cardigan? Are they wearing heels a lot? Are they wearing loafers or ballet flats? And try and pinpoint those pieces and write it in a list. Next, I want you to analyse your Pinterest board, so the pieces you've specifically been pinning, which things come up again and again. It could be that you've got a lot of waistcoats on your board, you've got a lot of knee boots, you have some fur coats. You want those pieces to be reflected in your capsule wardrobe. If you have Index or another wardrobe app, Index is the one that I use. I can actually see my hair deflating. I've just realized this. I put rollers in about half an hour before this video and I'm actually watching my hair fall as I film. Sorry, okay. Yeah, which are the pieces you wore the most in the last year or last 3 months is probably more accurate. And you might want to consider having either those pieces or like an updated version of those pieces. For example, I have a Kate Spade bag in that list, which has like leather coming off the handle. So that needs to go, but I have replaced it since with a Kate Spade bag in actually a better neutral. So that would be what comes with me into my capsule. If you don't use a wardrobe app like Index, it can be intuitive, so you can look at your wardrobe and think which are the pieces that I wear a lot, or you can do a quick exercise where you try to put together 6 outfits and see which pieces come up for you. Not just like stylized outfits, but outfits for the next week. Think about all the things you have to go to, or you could do like, think of an outfit that you'd want to wear for a walk, think of an outfit you'd want to wear to a party, if a party came up, a date, the office, maybe a couple for the office. Like think about the things that actually happen to you and create a few outfits and see which pieces come up again and again. Which pieces in your wardrobe do you love the most? Obviously, you want those ones to be incorporated into your capsule wardrobe, the things that you truly, truly love. And it's not just like you find the most interesting or cool or weird, but the things that you genuinely put them on and you're like, I am delighted today. And lastly, which pieces are actually comfortable? This was a real eye-opener for me. I have a lot of shoes. I have a lot of high shoes. And I think realistically, I don't wear them all that much. I live in the countryside. Most of the time I'm going up the city for a day out, in which case I'm going to be doing like 10,000 steps, so I don't want to be wearing heels. Or I'm going for a walk into town, where again, I'm going to be walking a lot. So it did make me really look at my wardrobe and go, God, I really don't need those high boots because they cripple me. So that's really dumb. Next, you want to think about how to incorporate colour and pattern into a capsule and have everything go together. I think there's this idea that as soon as you venture out of neutrals, you're going to have outfits which don't work together. And I don't think that has to be true at all, especially when you think about your wardrobe and your purchases with colour in mind. So essentially my first tip is only choose colours from your colour season. This seems obvious if you're a regular viewer of this channel, but everything in my capsule wardrobe is going to be soft summer only. or my closest version of soft summer. Like I have a couple of off-whites in there, which are maybe a little bit light for soft summer, but I think work quite well for me. Sticking to your colour season is essentially a version of dressing in all neutrals. Neutrals largely all go together, although I would debate this. If anything, I would say dressing in only your colour season is going to make it work even better. I would also then reduce to the colours which convey your style route. So for me, I have a lot of pink in my capsule wardrobe because in most of my outfits I actually like to have a little bit of pink. So whether it's in the handbag or the coat, I like to have something a little bit soft because pink is my favourite colour and why not wear it all the time? So I've got a lot of pink in there across all different categories. So there's no point having 3 pink tops because you're just gonna it's like having the same top, but you want to have, like in my case, I want to have pink in the tops, pink in the coats, and actually doing this has made me realise I don't have any pink trousers, and I'd really like to have a pair of suit trousers in like my favourite shade of raspberry. I think that would really finish my wardrobe nicely. So that's already one insight that I've had through this. So the colours that I've picked to focus on are pink, purple, burgundy, navy, off-white, cool brown, and then I've got some one-offs in silver, taupe, black. I've actually got some black in my capsule, which isn't in my season, light blue and sand. I think a really good rule, rather than trying to follow capsule wardrobe where it's like have one white shirt and one black skirt, I think a good rule is for every single category, so like tops, knits, trousers, skirts, etc., try and have one light neutral, one dark neutral, one colour and one pattern. And when it comes to pattern, you want to think about your style route. So again, I would look through your Pinterest board and see which patterns are the most important. So for me, I need a lot of florals. But if you had mushroom and stone, you might want to focus on stripes, for instance. Okay, so I thought I would go through everything that I've put in my capsule wardrobe so that you can get an idea of what it might look like. And then at the end, I'm going to show you a few outfits. So I'm keeping my entire capsule wardrobe on this shelf here, which is a very small part of my entire wardrobe, and it's making me realise, wow, I really could minimise. Anyway, first we have a maxi dress. This dress is down to the floor. It's a beautiful shade of raspberry. It's one of my favourite pieces I own, but I included this because I thought you could also wear a jumper over the top and turn it into a skirt. And also I have something really glam for a date night, or I don't know, let's say a wedding comes up during this time, a surprise wedding. That's not going to happen, but let's say it did, I would have something to wear. A patterned day dress. This one is, I think I got this on Vinted, or no, I got this in a charity shop. I love this silhouette. I love a fit and flare. So this works really well. A plain day dress, which I can hype up with accessories. A mini dress. This is one of the only pieces in my wardrobe which is black, but I really wanted to have something in here in case we happen to go clubbing, which we won't. But if we did, if my friends suddenly, went down a couple of years, then I would have something to wear, something that was short and fun. And also this is like quite a good staple dress. Like I feel like everyone does need a little black dress. Audrey Hepburn does it best. Which brings me to tops. This is new. It's one of my favourites. Someone commented, I said in one of my previous videos, like, that I'm wearing soft summer, and I was like, God, look, I look amazing. And someone in the comments was like, I would die for that kind of confidence. And that really made me giggle. Yeah, this is a perfect soft summer colour for me. It's like blue, but leans just that little bit green. And I love it so much. But it's also a long sleeve, so it's got a practical purpose as well. And also this serves as my patterned top. This one I think needs to go in the wash, but I avoid it because it's from Lily Silk. So I try to like never wash these. So it needs a hand wash. But, which brings me, no. I think there's one piece which is actually in the wash, which I can't show you. Sorry about that. Yeah, this serves as my white tee. It's an off-white, but yeah, just a staple light neutral top. I've also got an off-white top, which is more of like a vest or a tank top, as you would say in the US. Yeah, I wanted something a little bit more sexy without sleeves that I could wear if necessary on a date or something. Which brings me to cardigans. Light rosy cardigan. This is one of the cheapest things in my entire wardrobe, but I really like it. I looked for an expensive, tight-fitting cardigan that was like really simple and neat, but I actually couldn't find one that was as good as this Primark one on Vinted, so that's what I ended up with. But yeah, just a colourful layer. This was one of my favourite pieces. This is one of those things where I'm like, this is a delight to wear. It's my White Company cardigan, and it's fitted, it's slightly rounded, and it's in my perfect shade of cool brown, so it's a good neutral cardigan. An off-white jumper, this is my favourite jumper. This is from Uniqlo. I've had this a few years now, and it's one of the only jumpers I've ever bought which hasn't like deteriorated over time. It doesn't pill. It's just not built that way. It's like, it's almost crocheted. In fact, it may be crocheted. I'm not really sure, but it's got that kind of feel to it, and I think it really has lasted the test of time. I feel like I should also say all of my pieces which are currently shoppable, or there's something that's really close to it, I have now put on Shop My, so I will start leaving that as a link in the description to shop my wardrobe. If there's ever one of my pieces where you're like, where did she get that, that's actually shoppable now as well. This is another delight to wear. This is from Marks and Spencer's. Marks and Spencer's? Marks and Spencer. Marks and Spencer's. M&S, yeah. A simple, cool brown knit, so that's my neutral jumper. Ah, that's the piece that's missing. I have a light pink light knit, which I will put here. Skirts. I wanted a tight pencil skirt. The only thing with this skirt is I do want to get it altered so that it's a little bit shorter, because it is very formal on me, and I'd like to be able to wear it in a little bit more of a sexier way. So I would like this a little bit shorter, so it's yeah, more of, not a mini skirt, but you know, not quite such a long pencil skirt. But this is Reese. I got it on Vinted. So many of these pieces are from Vinted. Yeah, this is a Reese Rice skirt. Yeah, it adds something a little bit officey as well. An off-white flared skirt. This is from H&M quite recently. I have had this one altered because it was too long for me. It was like a maxi skirt length when it's clearly not meant to be a maxi skirt, but I'm very small. So yeah, that's what that is. This is something that would be good if I wanted to add a little bit of vintage into the look, because my three words that I'm kind of playing with at the moment, two of them, one is 1980s, one is 1950s, and I really like bringing those two aspects together. I'm yet to settle on a new third word. My three words are something that I do like to change up, even when my style roots don't. So like my 1980s is representing my mix of mountain and sun. 1950s is like a mix of mountain and flower. So I'm not really sure what to do with like my third word right now. If anyone has any ideas of what you think my third word is, let me know in the comments. My pattern skirt, again in that flared shape, which is really, this is actually, the flared shape is actually not recommended in my body matrix type, but it is a big part of my style roots and it just brings me joy. So I bring them in anyway, and then I make sure the rest of my styling accommodates the narrowness in my frame. But they do also go with the roundness, so they're not like so out there and strange. Trousers, these are a pair of mango suit trousers in, they're not quite off-white. Off-white? That sounded a bit Norfolk. They're not quite off-white. They're more like a stone, which is a much better neutral for me than some of the off-whites I have here. But yeah, they're my new favourite thing to wear. A classic, I've had these a couple of years now, but my And Other Stories jeans, which have faded in colour slightly, and they don't do exactly this style anymore, which is tragic. They've also shrunk a little bit, so they're more of a cropped height, so I really need a new version of these. But yeah, they make every outfit I ever wear look polished, and I feel so good in them. There's another piece missing. Are they in the wash? They must be in the wash. But my new mango jeans, my new dark jean, and again, I'll put those here. They're just a different jean, and because they are a little bit darker. Oh, I know where they are. They're on my body. Oh, and also this top is also in there that I didn't mention. This is a Whistles turtleneck in navy. So yeah, my mango jeans, which I'll put here. Levi's 501s. This works as like a light jean rather than a dark one. Coats. Oh, what did I just break? Oh dear, I don't even know how to fix that. Oh dear. Okay, well that's gonna have to just rest there for a moment. I wasn't going to include this actually because I was really thinking about colour, but actually this is my most worn coat this winter and it's new. I've worn it like 6 times, and the thing is it's a neutral warm coat, and as soon as I saw this in my most worn, I was like, obviously it has to be in the capsule. This is also from Vinted. This was inspired by something Julia Berolzheimer wore. I wonder if I'll try and find the photo of that outfit that I really loved. I've always kind of seen coloured fur as slightly tacky, but when I put it near my face, I just feel like it's so harmonious and it feels so good. and I feel like depending on the styling, it loses that tackiness a bit. And I really don't think of Julia, for instance, as tacky. She's so elegant and so classy. So when I saw her in a pink fur, I was like, oh, maybe I can actually wear that too. And also, I have spoken before about how I don't mind a little bit of tacky, because that's like the 1980s, like as a whole, and also like lots of designer brands like Moschino, I'm pretty sure is the proper way to say it, incorporate a lot of those like tacky elements in a way that's really cool and fun. So I think sometimes tacky is just like a word people use to put down fun. So yeah, this is one of the more fun pieces in my wardrobe, and it's really versatile. I discovered a couple of years ago that I love fur coats. I wore them all winter, but I didn't necessarily have one in my best colour, and so I wanted to invest in that this winter. I have a few colourful coats. I think colourful coats are very important. This one's lilac, and this is also a straight coat. This is my best fitting coat. I made some like coat experiments this year. This is the one which definitely I feel most elegant in. And this is the one I feel most quality in. My mum bought me this from Take Two, our local secondhand shop. Secondhand shop doesn't sound good, but that is what it is. It's not quite vintage, it's just like a slightly more curated version of a charity shop. Everything in there is sort of like semi-designer. Anyway, I love going in there. It makes my day. And this is a Ted Baker coat, which is brand new but half price, which was such a win. And it's in my perfect raspberry. And as soon as I put it on, I was like, I have to have it. And so my mum got me for this for Christmas. Yeah, that's colourful coat number 2. Blazer in raspberry. This is slightly too bright for me, as I think you can see, but generally makes me feel really good when I wear it. But yeah, I needed a blazer for kind of more formal or even evening outfits. And then lastly, a trench coat, because although right now I can't really fathom wearing a trench coat because it's too cold, you never know what February is going to look like. I've had a February before where you've got 17 degrees. So in that case, I'll want to have a trench coat. So that's all the tops. Let's do the shoes and bags. This is an interesting angle. We've never been down here before, but all of my capsule wardrobe shoes are going to be on the lowest shelf, except for these, which are in the other section. So, a pair of ankle boots for the Andal Stories jeans, mostly, or also the suit trousers I would wear with these. These are in a nice stone shade. It's obviously work for soft summer. They do lean ever so slightly warm, just a teeny tiny bit, but I think I get away with them. It's really, really hard to find cool-toned boots in leather and suede. I think it's just really hard to make leather that colour. So yeah, it can just be really difficult to find. 2 loafers, these are new, but I realised that in summer I love wearing ballet shoes. I love wearing my leopard ones and my silver metallic ones, but in winter they're just a little bit too flimsy, and I kept trying to wear them with my winter outfits and getting them ruined. And also they just don't have quite the sturdiness to match a winter outfit. Like a thick winter coat needs something a little bit more sturdy on the bottom half. So I invested in a couple of pairs of loafers, one in burgundy, because I realised that burgundy is in the soft summer palette. And I've always loved burgundy, but I've always seen it as like a dark winter thing. But actually soft summer is quite close to dark winter. It's just everything in softer, more mid shades rather than dark. But the shades themselves are actually very similar in terms of tone. And then a pair of silver ones. And I'm so pleased with these. Both of these are Moda. And they're loafers without being too heavy and chunky, which is what I've always struggled with loafers. I feel like I'm really on a ramble today. I'm really enjoying myself. But yeah, these are more of a dark silver. And I feel they work for me much better than, say, these, which are a summer shoe, which just feel a little bit more separate from me. You can see how these ones melt into my features much better, whereas these ones just don't so much. These just feel like a part of me. So I was really pleased to find these. These, I was quite evil with these. I tricked my friend out of these. Not really, she knows I'm joking. But my friend looked at these for a wedding and I said they weren't quite right in a charity shop, but then I did go and buy them myself because I don't think they would have been right with her outfit, but I thought they would be right permanently for me. They're a nice stone shade. If I'm going to compare to these, look, these are just that little bit cooler than these, which are a bit warm. That just feels a little bit more harmonious. It's like my skin shade. But yeah, these, again, a little bit of vintage into the capsule, just a little bit of personality, and also day heel that I feel quite comfy in. And I wanted to have a black shoe because I do have a little bit of black in my capsule. Like you saw, I have the black dress. And so I just wanted to have a black heel to complement that. Also, I think you can wear these with other things that I've got here. And also they're a little bit vintage because they're Mary Jane's again. And lastly, a pair of going out heels. These are also new. A lot of this is new, I'm realising, and I think if anything, that just shows that I'm making really good choices at the moment. So that makes me feel pretty good. Yeah, these are from Mango. I don't usually buy plastic heels, but I thought, actually, how often am I going to wear these? Not often, but I want to have them for those moments. So because I'm going to be going out in them, I go clubbing once, maybe twice a year. But I would wear these to the pub as well because they're not too high. They're like a reasonable height. And I also could see myself wearing these in the day to certain events. I just think they're so chic, and I've wanted a pair of pointed toe shoes for a while that aren't too pointed. I feel like pointed toes were a trend not so long back, and they got ridiculous, and they don't look good on me because I'm too small, whereas these are a more controlled point. So yeah, I love those. And again, it's bringing a little bit more burgundy in my wardrobe, which I want to see. And lastly, in shoes, these knee boots. They are slightly the wrong tone. They're a little bit olivey, which I didn't realise when I bought them, but they are extremely comfortable. So I nearly sent them back, but then I tried them on and I was like, oh wow. And also, like I say, it's really, really hard to find things in leather in the perfect shade of taupe. But I think they definitely, they do the job. Okay, for the last bit of the video, I'm just going to film it here because I cannot move my tripod again. So a navy blue tote bag. This is great for, let's say I want to go to a coffee shop and take my laptop. I wanted to have something like that. So that I didn't have that moment of, oh, I'm gonna have to break it. I basically wanted to reduce the amount of temptations I had to break my capsule wardrobe by ensuring that I have every practical option there for me. So that's this, and it's also navy, so I think you could just wear it as like a style bag. I typically don't wear this as a style bag because it's too big for me, but I could, like, if I wanted to. This is a smaller version of a day bag that really works for me. This is my Ted Baker bag. This is also from Vinted. This is pink. This is basically my guarantee of having a little bit of pink in every outfit, because this is my best day bag. It's so easy to sling on, and it's so cute. I feel like that's what I was looking for so long, and I was so thrilled when it finally came. My mint Kate Spade bag. My Kate Spade bags are my most worn bags. They're just so solid. They're elegant and classy, and when this one started to break down, because I did buy it off Depop, to see how the bag strap's just on its way out. I think it is blurry for you for some reason, but yeah, that one has always been my favorite, but it is no more. It has died its death. So I needed one, and I decided to opt for a colour that's just actually a little bit better for my season, and yeah, goes with the rest of my clothes so much better. Another Kate Spade bag. This is the one I find myself reaching for whenever I go to the pub. I love the size of it. It's so cute, so dinky, and again, so elegant. And so this was really the reason I wanted to have some other black pieces in my wardrobe, because I know how much I love wearing this bag. And lastly, I just wish this Kurt Geiger bag, these were silver. If these were silver, this would be perfect, but that's just not the nature of Kurt Geiger. Anyway, this is a nice off-white evening bag or clubbing bag that you can just put your ID, your card and your phone into, and it kind of works for you. But other than that, it's pretty much useless because it's too small and I can't put my handbag pouch in it. This is my favorite thing that I'm doing at the moment. This is a handbag pouch. My mum got me one of these, and each section is full of stuff that I use. So if you want to see a what's in my bag video like it's 2015, please let me know, because this I think is so cool. But yeah, that's not going in here. That's not happening. Hopefully over me talking right now are some outfits that I've been wearing this month. You can see all 30 from the 30 days over on my Instagram, and not TikTok because they're banning it in a few days. Wow. Yeah, over on Instagram you can see all the outfits that I come up with, and hopefully a few of those are on screen right now as examples. And if the 30 days isn't over yet, which I hope it won't, I don't know when this is going up, but hopefully it goes up before then yeah, keep following on the journey and see what kind of pieces I come up with, and see if my styling improves over the month. And I may even do like a review video to see how it goes. And also let me know which capsule wardrobes you come up with. Make sure to tag me. Maybe you could even do a capsule wardrobe of your own here on YouTube, and if you do, we'll make like a playlist or something. That would be really cool. If not, just tag me in like your Instagram posts or your TikTok posts, and I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.